Good evening, everyone. Welcome to TechCo New York. My name is Alfred. I'm honored to be tonight's MC. We are delighted to see so many friends and distinguished guests join us this evening. Before we begin, I would like to take a moment to recognize some of our special guests who are with us tonight. First of all, Honorable Presidenta St. John, Minister on Status and Rights of Women of Haiti. Please welcome. Honorable Ana Prudencia Lopez Sales, Presidential Secretary for Women of Guatemala. Her Excellency Dr. Acelalova Apenelu, Tuvalu's Prime Minister Special Envoy. Mayor of Chiayi City, Taiwan, Mayor Huang Minghui. Ambassador Tom Zhiqiang Li, Taiwan Economic and Cultural Office in New York. Thank you all for coming. To open our program, we are happy to invite Ambassador Tom Lee to deliver his opening remarks for us. Ambassador, you may have the floor.
Honorable Minister St. John from Haiti, Honorable Minister Hippolyte from St. Lucia, Honorable Minister Gibson Felix from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Presidential Secretary Lopez Sales from Guatemala, Prime Minister's Special Envoy Apenelu from Tuvalu, Honorable Mayor Huang Minghui of Chiayi City, Taiwan, Deputy Director General Kang, Excellency Ambassadors, distinguished guests, good evening. Welcome to Taiwan Women's Power and the Cultural Night, Her Rights, Our Pride. We are glad to see so many friends across the world coming together to celebrate the progress of women and reaffirm our collective commitment to advancing women's rights. I also want to extend my warmest welcome to Mayor Huang of Chiayi City, officials from different city governments of Taiwan, and Taiwan's NGO representatives who have traveled a long way from Taipei to New York to support women and participate in related events in New York. How many of you are from Taiwan? Please wave. Well, there are a lot. New York City has been experiencing its coldest winter in years. And I believe ever since you arrived, the weather has been much, much nicer. So I'm confident you brought the warmth and also the sunshine from Taiwan with you. New Yorker, thank you a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, this year marks the 70th session of the UN Commission on the Status of Women, CSW 70. The theme for this year is ensuring and strengthening access to justice for all women and girls. This theme is a direct call to action for all of us to support the rights of girls and women across the globe. For decades, Taiwan has worked tirelessly to answer this call, striving to ensure that our society becomes more equal every day. In just one example, as of 2025, the proportion of female judges exceeded 50%, and women now comprise 50% of Supreme Court justices. This is not just a statistic. It spotlights the transformation of our judicial landscape and our commitment to gender equality progress. However, we must recognize that our world is still far from truly equal. Legal discrimination against women has not yet disappeared. Legal barriers still exist. Earlier this week, the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres shared concerning data that across the world, currently, women only hold 64% of the legal rights enjoyed by men. Nations worldwide are strengthening laws to close this gap. Taiwan is also responding with concrete action. In 2023, Taiwan passed landmark amendments to 3 gender equality laws: the Sexual Harassment Prevention Act, Gender Equality in Employment Act, and the Gender Equity Education Act. These reforms aim to shift our judicial paradigm toward a victim-centered system with more comprehensive protections. After the implementation, the number of reported cases of gender-based misconduct has increased by 45%. Our goal is simple: to ensure accessible justice for all. The fight for equality is often like swimming against the current. If we do not keep moving forward, we are pushed back. Therefore, we must not stop. We must continue to tear down barriers. We must persist in the fight against legal inequalities. Gender inequality is not a women issue, it's a human issue. Tonight, we are glad to be joined by our allies, friends, and NGO representatives. I'm in awe of your dedication to making our world a more equitable and a better place. Let's continue to work together to advance equal justice. For tonight's celebration, talented Taiwanese vibraphonist Su Yuhan, joined by Taiwanese drummer Wu Wenting, will present us with a live jazz performance, weaving cultural memories into the music that tells women's stories. Also on the second floor, you will find an exhibition tracing Taiwan's evolving journey toward gender equality. I hope you enjoy both the presentation and the exhibit. Lastly, I'm honored to share with you, we have a distinguished speaker, our Vice President Shelby Kim, joining us today through pre-recorded video. Please join me in welcoming our Vice President Shelby Kim. Thank you.
Distinguished guests and friends, good evening. It is a true honor to be with you tonight. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, TICO in New York, and the Foundation for Women's Rights Promotion and Development, and the STUF United Fund for their dedicated efforts in organizing Taiwan Gender Equality Week. Although Taiwan is not currently a member of the United Nations, we have always been a vital force for good within the international community. Every year, we stand alongside the Commission on the Status of Women to prove through our actions that Taiwan's commitment to human rights knows no borders. In Taiwan, gender equality is not merely a policy, it is a core principle of national governance. Since incorporating CEDAW into our domestic law in 2012, we have established a transparent framework centered on gender statistics and responsive budgeting. We're meeting new challenges with unwavering resolve. In March 2025, Taiwan officially launched our first comprehensive national action plan for gender-based violence prevention, which integrates both the judicial and executive branches. from strengthening the Sexual Image Processing Center to combat digital violence, to enhancing employer accountability for a fairer workplace reporting system, we are weaving a comprehensive safety net. Furthermore, we're witnessing a resilient shift in social norms, with the number of men taking parental leave increasing by 11.2%. Caregiving is being transformed from a traditional women's duty into a shared responsibility for both families and society. Our progress is deeply rooted in our commitment to democratic values. In the 2025 OECD Social Institutions and Gender Index, Taiwan ranked 6th globally and 1st in Asia. This recognition belongs to our vibrant civil society and to the resilient people of Taiwan. We firmly believe that the strength of our society is measured by how it cares for its most vulnerable members. Taiwan will continue to push for reform, increase our systemic resilience, and work with our global partners to create a world where no one is left behind. Thank you, and I wish this event every success.
This concludes the video message. Now we are honored to welcome Honorable Emma Hippolyte, Minister of Equity, Social Justice, Gender, Labor, Older Persons, Cooperative and Consumer Affairs of St. Lucia, to share her remark with us. Minister, please.
Honorable Federica Saint-Jean, Honorable Laverne Velox, Minister of Family and Gender Affairs of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Honorable Anna Lopez Sales, Presidential Secretariat for Women of Guatemala, Prime Minister's Special Envoy, Apinu from Tuvalu, Mayor of the City of Taiwan, Ambassador Lee, Taipei Economic and Cultural Office in New York City, Ambassador Melissa Rambali, Permanent Representative of St. Lucia to the United Nations, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Please accept my profound gratitude on behalf of the government and people of St. Lucia for this invitation at a critical moment where we celebrate and mark the achievements of women and the direct benefits for girls. St. Lucia continues to advance its People's First agenda by ensuring the development of an enabling environment for growth and prosperity for all. Spearheaded by the Division of Gender Affairs, St. Lucia continues to engage in efforts and policies to promote gender equality. In 2023, St. Lucia established a gender focal point system that facilitates the mainstreaming of gender in all government departments. The last few years, the focus has been on the development of capacity of the gender focal points in gender concepts, gender analysis, and introduction to gender budgeting and planning. In December 2024, St. Lucia created an interagency institutional mechanism to ensure the coordination of prevention and response to gender-based violence within the health, social, policing, justice, and education system, with the Division of Gender Affairs coordinating this effort. Other initiatives include the continuation of work on the review of the Labor Act, which will lead to increased legislative provisions for caring and social protection. The realization of a decent work country program, the establishment of a minimum wage, and all these labor-related developments are particularly beneficial to women, given that they are traditionally overrepresented in the lowest paying sector. St. Lucia is also in the initial stages in the development of a care policy to give greater visibility and support to the issues of care for children, older persons, and persons with disabilities, and to leverage the care economy as an avenue for national development and alleviation of poverty. As it relates to community development, St. Lucia undertook a community business revitalization project in partnership with the government of Taiwan. Through targeted training in agro-processing and business, women gained the technical skills and confidence needed to start or expand their businesses. The support of the Taiwanese government in this regard is appreciated and noteworthy. There have been fruitful results of women and youth empowerment under our bilateral project in 3 rural communities in St. Lucia, namely the Fosheja community in the west, which is my constituency, Labri in the south, and Babono in the north. This program will provide capacity building to foster community business and help the micro, small, and medium enterprises to grow and thrive. It uses a participatory approach, engaging the Taiwanese technical mission with the Department of Commerce, local government, and community-based organizations in the communities it benefits, offering training in product development, entrepreneurship, marketing, and financial management. The conversation of digitization and technology remains critical to the progress and benefit for women and girls. This is evident by the establishment of our ICT centers and smart classrooms. This gesture of a level playing field for all women and girls is facilitated under our bilateral project that established 4 ICT centers and 20 smart classrooms throughout the island. The ICT centers are completed in Denry North, Labri, and Soufrière, with Grosile's center nearing completion. Community members of all ages have access to computer labs, training rooms, co-working space, internet cafe, our DigiGov services, and bring in your own device space in our ICT centers. These centers support digital literacy, cybersecurity awareness, business and job creation, and community training workshops. This demonstrates the commitment of the Taiwanese government to assist with the alleviation of poverty and gender equality through the empowerment of women, particularly in our rural communities. St. Lucia remains perpetually grateful to the government of Taiwan for the assistance towards the educational needs of our citizens, and in particular, our women and girls. For the past 19 years, the government of Taiwan has been granting university scholarships to St. Lucia. Needless to say, there is evidence of a balanced gender distribution of Taiwanese scholarships throughout the years. From reaching 5 students in 2007 to 18 in 2014 to 35 in 2024. Between 2008 to 2018, the average ratio of the recipient's gender is 51.7% female to 48.3% male. In 2025, 44 students were granted scholarships for undergraduate and postgraduate studies in Taiwan, with 24 female and 20 male recipients. Scholarship awardees are encouraged to return to St. Lucia, where their experience and expertise in various fields are pumped back in-country to assist in national efforts. These initiatives bear testament to Taiwan's continued support for international cooperation and national community-based development. This partnership has been felt through the length and breadth of St. Lucia, and its sustainable impact will benefit generations to come. Ambassador Lee, please convey our profound gratitude to the government and people of Taiwan on behalf of the government and people of St. Lucia. We acknowledge our progress, and your contribution makes a vast difference to our development. I thank you.
Thank you, Minister Hippolyte, for your kind words. Next, please join me to welcome Honorable Reverend Gibson Vallex, Minister of Family and Gender Affairs of St. Vincent and Grenadines.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the Republic of China and Taiwan share a long-standing partnership spanning more than 45 years. Over the decades, this strong diplomatic relationship has supported the development priorities of our country through a range of collaborative projects and programs that empower women and girls, strengthen communities, and expand opportunities for economic participation. We place a high priority on safeguarding and advancing the rights of women and girls. We continue to strengthen our legislative and policy frameworks while building the capacity of law enforcement and frontline responders through regular training. In addition, a modernized national referral pathway has been introduced to improve coordination among service providers and reduce delays in accessing support, while reforms within the court system now allow for same-day access to protection orders, ensuring timely protection for those most at risk, meaning those most vulnerable. Importantly, several initiatives supported through this partnership with Taiwan have focused on skills development and employment opportunities, particularly for young women. In many of these programs, women represent more than 80% of the beneficiaries, demonstrating the meaningful impact of this cooperation in advancing women's economic empowerment. My government, just over 100 days old, remains steadfast in its commitment to support the government and people of the Republic of China, Taiwan, on the global stage. We are advocates for Taiwan's meaningful participation in all international and multilateral fora, recognizing the valuable contribution Taiwan makes to the global development, cooperation, and shared progress. As we look ahead, we will continue to strengthen our collaboration with Taiwan and enhance the flourishing partnership between our two nations. I thank you.
Thank you, Minister Gibson Vallex. Next, please join me to welcome Her Excellency Dr. Eselalofa Apinelu, Tuvalu's Prime Minister Special Envoy, to give us a few words.
Distinguished hosts, excellencies, colleagues, and friends. I would like to thank our host for convening this event under the theme, Her Rights, Our Pride. In Tuvaluan, we say, "Te saulotonga te whawhine, Kotou mita tena. I'll try and say it in Mandarin for the spirit of cooperation. Ta de Tuan Li she woman de Jaya. Ensuring that women and girls can enjoy their rights fully and equally is fundamental to building resilient communities, inclusive institutions, and sustainable development. When women are able to participate in decision-making, access services, and contribute to economic and social life without discrimination, the benefits extend far beyond the individual. They strengthen families, communities, and entire nations. For small island developing states such as Tuvalu, the advancement of women's rights is closely linked to the well-being and resilience of our communities. Our societies rely strongly on cooperation, shared responsibility, and mutual support. Women play essential roles in sustaining families, maintaining community networks, preserving cultural knowledge, and supporting local economies. However, like in many parts of the world, women continue to face barriers that limit their full participation in formal decision-making and access to opportunities. Addressing these barriers requires deliberate action through policies, legal frameworks, and social change. It also requires strong partnerships. In this regard, Tuvalu values deeply its long-standing friendship and cooperation with Taiwan. Taiwan has been and remains an important partner supporting Tuvalu's development in several sectors that directly affect the well-being of our population. This partnership was further strengthened during our Prime Minister's visit to Taiwan in November of 2025, and also the visit by the special envoy of the President of Taiwan to Tuvalu on the 4th to the 5th of March this year. These visits reaffirmed the strong ties between our countries and their shared commitment to cooperation and mutual support. It also provided opportunity for further strengthening cooperation in areas such as health services, agriculture, digital development, and climate resilience. For a small developing state like Tuvalu, such partnerships are essential to strengthening national capacity and improving services to our people. Taiwan has supported Tuvalu in upholding women's right to health by providing doctors and medical specialists who work alongside our national health services. This contribution is particularly important in the context of Tuvalu, where it faces high rates of non-communicable diseases, which represent a major public health challenge for our country. These forms of cooperation have concrete implications for women's rights. Women are often primary caregivers within families and communities, and they are also directly affected by health risks, including non-communicable diseases. Strengthening healthcare services, therefore, contributes to protecting the well-being of women, families, and communities. Taiwan has also supported Tuvalu's participation in international forums, and for this forum as well, with the Tuvaluan delegation, are very thankful for Taiwan's support to make sure that there's a presence of Tuvalu in this CSW 70. More broadly, advancing women's rights requires sustained commitment from government, communities, and international partners. Legal frameworks, such as the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women and the Beijing Platform for Action, provide a clear and global foundation for this work. Our shared task is to translate these commitments into concrete progress in the daily lives of women and girls. The theme of today's event reminds us that pride in women's rights is not symbolic. It reflects the recognition that societies become stronger, more stable, and more prosperous when women and girls can live free from discrimination and violence, access justice and opportunities, and participate fully in shaping their communities. Tuvalu remains committed to working with partners and friends, Taiwan, in advancing these objectives. Fafatai Lassi.
Thank you, Dr. Apinelus, and all of the speakers for those inspiring message and supporting Taiwan. Next, we will take a short moment to set up the stage for our next performances. While doing so, I would like to firstly introduce two talented musicians, vibraphonist Su Yuhan and the drummer Wu Wenting. Ms. Su has won the 2024 Golden Melody Award, which is the highest music honor in Taiwan for the best composer in the instrumental categories. It is a very rare opportunity to invite them to perform here. So tonight, we are honored to have them perform 3 pieces that together reflect the diversity and strength of women in Taiwan. The first piece, titled Raining Days, a Hakka folk tone that connects to Yuhan's own roots and cultural heritage. The second called A Waving Song, a traditional attire melody that reflects the diligence and wisdom of the indigenous Taya woman. Lastly, they will perform She Goes to a Silent Wall, original compositions by Yuhan dedicated to the women who live beyond the stereotype and express their unique identity. Please join me to give them a round of applause to our musicians.
Hi, everyone. It's such an honor to be here. My name is Yuhan Su. This is Wenting Wu. And we are very happy to present the music from our country tonight to you. And the first song, I grew up in Miaoli in Taiwan, which is in northwest, small city. The dialect I speak is Hakka, so this is a traditional Hakka song. So it means a lot to play this in New York. And the second song we're gonna play for you is from another traditional song called Waving Song from Taiyazhu. Thank you. Thank you. So we're gonna play the last song for tonight for you. Before that, it also means a lot for us to play for this event, Empowering Women, because as you can see, both of us actually carry these instruments by ourselves to here. So I think we are like the true presentation of powerful woman. So if you want to audition for the assistants, please come to me afterwards. We don't mind. So thank you for having us. The last song we're gonna play, it's a composition of mine. It's called She Goes to a Silent War. I wrote this song because, you know, when I grew up, still there's certain stereotype for women which people tell you like how you're supposed to dress, how you're supposed to speak, and to behave. And I think the society is getting better and better, and I do believe that everybody is an individual. We should just live the way we would like to, which also should do whatever we do the best, and then just to shine in your own way. So I wrote a poem along with the song. Today, also very special, we're gonna invite Yu Wei to read the poem along with us. Thank you. So She Goes to a Silent War.
They fought long. Before the flowers bloomed, she, unremarkably dressed, stepped onto the battlefield. With no permission, with no startling slogan, her proudest strong mind interpreted the so-called elegance and tenderness. Dewdrops on pink petals, the shield against the sword. What does beauty mean? All that they eulogized were the brutal discords. Or, if you have noticed that bright green leaf, which is but infertile. Leaving the battlefield that day, naked, she told the stories behind each page. There was a perfect match between the shape and her left flank scar.
Thomas. I almost forget I'm tonight's MC. Yeah, so thank you again. Please join me to give them a round of applause. Now is the group photo time. Let me ask our photographer to come forward, and everybody all stay where you are. And for the friends back, please fight the spot, and you can see the camera. One, two, three. Cheers. 1, 2, 3. Cheers. Okay. Okay, thank you. So now we would like to invite our special guest, ambassadors, the minister from Haiti, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and Grenadines, Guatemala, and Tuvalu, special envoy to the stage, and also the mayor, Mayor Wang, and also the Fundación Caminos Presidentas, Cecilia. And also the PR from the mission, please. Okay, thank you. Please, our special guest, please remain on the stage. We would like to invite you to move upstairs first to the second floor for the Taiwan Women Power exhibition to enjoy the interactive displays. And for the people remain on the first floor, thank you. I hope everyone is a bit hungry. The reception and the buffet now open on the both level, the second level and the first level. So please feel free to explore and mingle and enjoy some good conversation. Thank you. And for the friends online, thank you for your participations. Thank you for joining us tonight. Goodbye and good night.
Christ, courage of martyrs. Blood of Christ, strength of confessors.
Little bits of information. You understand? So from my perspective, I think that there should be education. Luckily for me, yesterday I was in a particular scenario, and I was assured and comforted that the director of the lab said, well, now defense lawyers can have access to the lab, so at least they'll be able to understand and interpret. And that is important. For me, as far as I'm concerned, when I deal with these situations, I do not look at it as from a lawyer's perspective, either a win or lose case. Because we must understand that at the end of the day, people are affected. We are human beings. The defendant is a human being. The victim is a human being. And so therefore we have to look at it from that perspective. Yeah. But sometimes we'll come out there and I am the forensic scientist. I have a degree, a PhD, and so on and so forth.